everybody, it's Claire here from Sewn by Claire, and the lipstick and the heels are now off and I'm far more comfortable talking to you from my sewing room. So today I wanted to just do a quick review of this Cashmerette Roseclair dress that I've made. It's in a lightweight quilting cotton, and I think that hopefully you'll agree it's a nice looking dress. This is actually the third Roseclair that I've made. The first one was with the 3 tiers and I did the banded edge. This is my second one, which I did in this again a lightweight quilting cotton, and did a faced lining, and I liked that so much that that's what I've done again on this one. So this is a size 16 to 18 Roseclair, using the EF cup, which is the bra size that I normally wear. Now you may have noticed, and it may be your review having watched it on the video, that actually I think there's a little bit too much room in the bust area here, and that I could have probably gone down to a CD. It's really strange when you use the calculator on the Cashmerette website to choose your size based on your measurements, to actually trust it, and we should, because as I say, this one was an EF that I've done and fitted me really nicely, so I wanted to do the same again. But when I put my measurements in, it said to do a CD cup with a 1-inch small bust adjustment. Well, I've never done a small bust adjustment in my life. It's not the fact that I don't know how to do it, I do, but it's just that I've never needed one, and that was just a bit of a strange concept for me. So I threw caution to the wind and I went with my EF cup that was my tried and true from this dress, but in actual fact I think I should have just gone down to the CD cup on this one, and I think, maybe you agree or not, that it would have probably fitted me slightly better. The other thing that I do is I lower my bust point as well, by a good 1.5 inches. That's another alteration that I make on all of my Cashmerette dresses. I've got a mature body, I carry the fullness here quite close to my waist actually, and up here I've not got a lot of breast tissue at all. That's quite a lot of skin and bone really, which is surprising for the rest of me, but that's how I carry my weight. And so on this neckline here, what I've done is I've done something called a dart begone, which actually reduces the length of the neckline and takes some of the fabric out of here without altering where I want to carry my weight and have the fullness, which is on the bust line and on the waist. Obviously on the waist and the hips I need to have some fullness just to cover my curves. And the way that I do that is, on the paper pattern, I pitch out an amount at the neckline, just a small amount, probably 0.5 centimetre, and then you taper that to nothing on the actual pattern itself, and you can either point down to the apex if you wanted to, but across here is where I need to lose my distance, and so I usually take that out and take it out to nothing at the arm side, and I'll pin that out on the pattern, sellotape it in, fold it and sellotape it in, so we've got about 0.5 centimetre there down to nothing, and that just sometimes just takes out enough just to stop any gaping. And as I hope you can see, these necklines fit really nicely, and even if I lean over, there's a little bit of cleavage because of the neckline, but there's not any gaping around here. The other thing that I've done on this one as well is I have inserted a button and a buttonhole. I'll close up on that one for you in a moment and show you that, and I find that that works really well in being a permanent way, rather than having to stick a pin through it all the time or try and fiddle with that and get it right. Once you've got that right and you know how to do it, that sits really smoothly on the front there, and indeed I've got one here as well, and holds that V neckline exactly where I want it to be. On this particular Roseclair, then I've used the A-line skirt, but you'll perhaps notice it's less full than this one. And I've actually narrowed off some of the panelling on it, and I just took that by just folding out some of the fullness throughout the pattern and just taking it down, and that just pulled in the side without changing the side seams. That just pulled in some of the fullness for me. So I did up to nothing on the waistline, and then just folded it out on the paper pattern at the hem, and then I just pinned that in place on my pattern and used that to cut out. Because what I wanted to do with this one was add this single frill at the bottom here, which you can see. And I worked on the basis of thirds. So this skirt is 2/3 and the frill is 1/3. So I cut the skirt off. I measured the whole length of the skirt, depending on what you like to wear as to where you want it to hit on your legs. Divided it by 3, and then obviously kept my seam allowances, put 2 down, and then had a third at the bottom there just for that frill, and I think the ratio of that works really quite nicely. I'm going to turn the dress inside out, but before we do, I just show the overflap because that's relevant when we talk about the inside. So if I just open this up and show you that I wanted to use this really vivid violet lining, viscose lining in here. But again, because I've added this tier on the bottom, then I was in a bit of a dilemma as to where I actually end that. And this is the thing, when you make your own clothes, you can choose where those reference points are or make those decisions for yourself. So there could have been an argument to have carried this lining all the way down towards the hem, just slightly shy of the hem. But then if the frill, which has a tendency to do, just blows up nicely in the breeze, the lining would have been on show and would have been just been flat, it wouldn't have been gathered. I did have enough fabric to gather a lined frill on the bottom as well, but sometimes in when you're lining your own clothes, that can just be a bit of overkill. We're never quite sure, but again, it's open for debate. There's no right or wrong answer, it's just whatever you choose to do with yours. So this one I chose to finish at the same edge as the length of the frill there. Let me just turn this inside out and then we'll have a look at the inside. Okay, so here we are showing the inside of the dress here. We've got this lovely banded, faced lining inside, and because the lining was such a contrast and I really wanted to use this, I'll do a close-up of the fabric because the fabric has got the same colour within it, then I just wanted to use this contrast, and I think that's a really good way of showing you how useful, if you like, or forgiving this faced lining is. Faced lining is, especially if you've got enough fabric left to be able to do it and to cut your pieces out, then I think it really does help stabilise the neck edge. The viscose is quite lightweight, as you'll know. It's a very, very fluid, very lightweight natural fibre, which is great for me in this hot weather because I live in southern Spain, and so we regularly will now get temperatures up to 30 degrees in the daytime, Celsius in the daytime, and so in those transition days or in those evenings, I want something that's going to be breathable and that is going to let my body breathe and not feel like I'm just hunched up and in a sweat box, basically. And so I've used this 100% viscose lining here and fully lined it, and as you can see, it just hits down just to the top of that frill. Just turn this around and show you the back. And so there we've got the lining as well, all lovely laid, and we've got the back facing there and a little label that we've sewn onto the back there. I don't line my sleeves, I leave those as they are. I've just taken the lining up to the edge of the arm side, and then I've just overlocked the sleeve head, the sleeve seam allowance, and the back bodice, and then the lining together, overlocked that together, and that's given me a nice even finish on the back there. You can see the buttonhole there in the button that we've done, just to hold that neckline in place. But a really nice and tidy finish on the inside. So it is possible to line a Roseclair. You've just got to decide what you're wanting to do. And it's easier with the A-line skirt because you can just line that and that'll just go down to the hemline really, really smoothly and look nice. Or the other thing with just doing that is you get quite a lot of coverage with the Roseclair, as you can see. However, on this one, because I've taken some of that fullness out, I don't feel I've got quite so much coverage when I'm walking, so I am a little bit more conscious of that when I am walking down the street if the wind's blowing. So just bear that in mind if that's an issue or a concern for you. But basically, yeah, I'm been really pleased with this dress. I like the way that Roseclair Cashmerette patterns fit. I think that they are very flattering, and I think they're a real modern design element as well. I think there's some lovely classic patterns and I really am a fan. So I hope that you've enjoyed just having a quick look at this and seeing my twirl video, my heels, see me tottering around, and also I hope that you've enjoyed seeing this latest iteration of this dress, and just shows you how you can go from the tiered skirt to an A-line skirt to a combination of the two, and you can get so much more out of your pattern. So far I've liked the long 3/4 sleeve, so I haven't made the short sleeves yet, but I'll need to do that at some stage, and of course we could also alter it to be a sleeveless dress if we wanted to as well, just by drafting across the sleeveless, perhaps from the Upton or from one of the other dresses that would just help with that. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now. Just a quickie, just to have a look and see that. There is some news about a Cashmerette offer that's on at the moment. So this is June 2023. It's only on until Monday. So if you're watching this video now in the early part of June, until Monday the 19th of June, then there is an offer on the All Access. So I have been approached by Cashmerette to be an ambassador, an affiliate for them. So if you wanted to use my code, then please pop across to one of my other videos and have a look at that. But as I say, it's only open until Monday the 19th of June 2023. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you for being with me today. If you're not a subscriber already, but you've liked this review video on the dressmaking, and there will be some more videos coming up, so please hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. I'd love to have you on board with me. Hit the notifications bell if you want to know whenever I upload my videos as well, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care, everybody. Bye.